It's vile, it's disgusting, and she's attacking in her tweet, but I am all about freedom of speech. So she can say what she wants to say. But do you see what's happening here? It's very much Harry and Meghan. Instead of her being able to say what she wants to say, and then us having the right to respond to these horrible things that she tweeted, and they are horrible. Instead of us being able to respond to it, she's trying to shut us down, trying to shut down this free speech, and trying to say it's because of her sex or her race or whatever. And it's disgusting what she's doing, and I see it, and it's very much a play out of Harry and Meghan's book. Hey guys, welcome back to RHR Jen. Buckle up for this one, buckos. Here we go. I am a fired up, feisty goose today. Somebody came for our Catherine. No. We're not going to allow that. You guys, today we're talking the Narinder Kaur of it all. That's right. I will get into that. I am feisty and I'm ready to take this on because I'm furious about this, and I know you are too. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, this woman right here on the screen, yes, I'm using this picture on purpose because I love to be petty. If you like to be petty, come sit next to me. This woman on the screen right here decided to come for our Catherine hard. And when it backfired, she decided to pull a Meghan, and it failed spectacularly. So we're going to talk about what that is and what happened. We're going to talk about the worst apology video I've ever seen in my entire life. And that's saying something because for funsies, I like to watch the YouTuber apology videos because they're awful. So we got lots to get into. I'm excited to talk about this with you all. Thanks for being here. Again, I'm Jen. Honk, honk, everyone. Before I get too far into this, I owe you an apology. What am I apologizing about? Well, I don't know if this is going up Monday night. I'm filming it on Monday. It might go up Monday night. In which case, the video I put up earlier today, and if it goes up Tuesday, the video I put up Monday that had this picture in it of Harry, I'm using air quotes, grabbing Pippa, I'm using air quotes. I said at the time, I wonder if this picture is real. It's not real. Now, I stand by the things I said. Harry's a creep. I'm not taking that back, but I do want to say, turns out that was an April Fool's joke. It fooled me. They had lookalikes. Damn, they did a good job. It looked just like them. It's not them. In my apology tweet, I said I was distracted by the couch. Just saying. Okay. If you know, you know. Yeah, HG let me know that I was wrong. Taz let me know that I was wrong. A lot of you guys let me know I was wrong. I apologize. I love you all. I still stand by everything else in that video, though, because I still showed creepy photos of Harry. So go watch it if you didn't watch it. But yeah, that photo is a fake. I just want to put that out there. Okay. Now let's get into what's going on and why I'm so fired up about all this. Give a quick shout out to my girl Spicy. That is her screen name. She helped me research this. She helped send me so many of these articles. She's wonderful. You know, I love you. She's always hitting on me. It's so much fun. No, she's great. I love you so much. I appreciate all your research on this. And I asked her, hey, what are your thoughts on this? Because I had never heard of this woman before. What are your thoughts? And of course, she's in the UK. In fact, I'll give you her address. Let's all go to her house. Let's dox her. No, I'm teasing. She's in the UK. And I said, what are your thoughts? And she said, she's a right gobby cow. And I have not heard that before. And it made me laugh so hard. So let's talk about this right gobby cow. And thank you, Spicy, for all your help on this one. Okay, everybody. Meet Narinder Kaur. She's evil. She's awful. Let me explain. I did not doctor this photo. This is a real photo of her. And the reason I'm using it is, again, because in case you don't know, she's the one that came for Catherine and her looks. Just let that sink in. You know me. I don't like to go after people's looks, so I'm not going to say anything here. I'll let your own mind fill in the blanks because I have lots of thoughts on this. Really? You're going to go after people's looks? Really? Really? Okay. She's the one that tweeted out, and I actually referred to this on the live stream. I did not say her name. I just said somebody was saying some nasty stuff because I didn't want to give it any more traction. But oh, it's got traction now because she's an idiot. I swear, she has got to be BFFs with Meghan because they're using each other's playbook at this point. Let me explain. So Narinder decided to use this photo of Catherine, again, on Remembrance Day, and decided that it'd be a really good idea to ask everybody, why is, again, using the word Kate, you know, it bugs me. Why has Kate aged so much? Isn't she only 42? Is she a smoker? It's the only explanation. Okay. Again, off to a good start, right? I just think that's so blanked up to go after. Okay. So many thoughts. Breathe, Jen, breathe. Okay. It's Remembrance Day. If Catherine, Princess of Wales, let's be respectful here, you bitch. Sorry, but I'm really feisty about this. If Catherine had been up on the balcony, smiley, yes, we got some, a few pictures of her and Sophie where they're a little bit smiley, but mostly it's a somber occasion. I'm saying we, like I'm there with you guys. I am. I'm part of the UK. Go with me here. We were remembering. It's a Remembrance Day. It's a solemn occasion. So she's sad. I don't care, though. I'm not even making excuses. Look, happy, sad. She's gorgeous. This is ridiculous. Are we really going to talk about this? Let's go with the obvious stuff. She's been dealing with cancer and chemo. I said before, she's a wife. She's a mother. She has 3 young children. It doesn't even matter. She's gorgeous. This is ridiculous. I'm not going to argue these points. These are all things we know. It's just the low-hanging fruit to do this. And honestly, you know what it's reminiscent of? Again, I had to read that book, Endgame. It was evil and awful. Omid. And by that, I mean, in my opinion, Meghan sure seemed to have a hand in it. Did the same thing to Catherine. They belittled her, they called her Kate, and they reduced her to her looks. Again, it's been so long since I read the book, I'm probably going to get the quote wrong, but in a nutshell, one of the parts that stuck out with me is they basically said she's nothing more than pretty in a dress. That's all that people want to talk about with her. And it was disgusting, and it made her not human. And that's something I always talk about. Is she is gorgeous on the outside, and I love to talk about that, but she's so much more. She's so much more than that. Her beauty shines from within. I don't need to convince you guys. I'm just very passionate about this. You can't just reduce somebody to their looks. But of course, that's what this person did. She's disgusting. Notice, even in my coverage of Meghan, I can't stand Meghan. I mean, I'll go on and on for days about the reasons I can't stand Meghan and how awful she is and her narcissism and all that. I don't go after her looks. I'll talk about her stupid outfit. I'll talk about, hey, she seems to have changed some things. But I don't go after her looks. Because it's more than that. There's an evilness there. That's what I'm talking about. There's a beauty with Catherine. And it's not her exterior, it's her interior. Let's go back to this one. All right. She tweeted this out. I've read the tweet. You get the idea. Okay, so she tweeted this out. Understandably, people had very strong reactions to this tweet. So guess whose playbook she took a page out of? Oh, yeah, it's Meghan's. Oh, she specifically talks about Meghan. So she did an apology video, and I'm sure some YouTubers will show it. I'm not feeling safe about using it. So here's what I did. I screenshot some of her stupidest things she said in it. I'm going to talk you through it because you need to know what she said because it's the most idiotic apology you've ever heard in your life. It's not an apology. It's full of ifs, ands, and buts and everything in between. And she is terrible in it. So we're going to talk about that because I need to go through this with you. So right out of the gate, she calls this whole thing ridiculous. Off to a good start, right? So I'd like to remind you all, nobody made her do anything. She took it upon herself to tweet that awful tweet, okay? Made an apology video, calls it ridiculous. Said she was not trying to be nasty. I'm sorry, what were you trying to do when you're going after somebody's looks when you know they're going through chemotherapy and illness and everything else, okay? Immediately turns it around to a race thing. Immediately. She says that other people have said this, but they don't receive, to quote her, the sexual, racial, and then she goes into like this violent stuff and calls it, she basically makes herself a victim. Then she shields herself behind her brother, okay? She talks about how she lost a brother to cancer and somehow that makes it okay, what she's saying. One has nothing to do with the other. She says that, let's see, then it gets really disgusting. She then blames Catherine and says, well, she's had a year off work. Calls her privilege. Again, I'd like to point out this, Catherine has done nothing to this woman. This woman attacked Catherine and her looks. And this is her way of apologizing? Is by going after her and calling her privileged. Okay, it continues on. Then she starts attacking William and King Charles, Prince William and King Charles, and claims that they don't pay tax. You sure about that? Because I've heard they do. And then brings up Meghan Markle, because of course she does. Of course she does. And then says, what's Meghan got to do with it? You just brought her up. And Meghan's got everything to do with it, because I'm going to get into some of your tweets, and it sure seems like you guys, again, might possibly, potentially, allegedly be working together because you have a lot of the same ideas, a lot of the same plans of using race to divide people. I mean, again, I'm going to take a pause from going through her apology video and say, it's disgusting. It sets women back because she's saying it's sexist. It sets people who've been through actual horrible, racial shit back because she's using her wrong actions in claiming the ist words that Meghan did the same thing. It's just the same thing again. And then I don't know, she thinks she's going to get ahead of it and say, "Oh, but I see you trying to throw Meghan in here. What's Meghan got to do with it? You brought her up. You tell me, what's Meghan got to do with it? Except for you guys are the same person, basically, because you're acting the same way. You guys are the terrible people. You go after people like our beautiful Catherine. You attack her, and then you try to play victim. It's really, truly disgusting. Again, I'm so fired up about this. She goes on to tell everybody that she is a brown woman and that she is Indian. Again, she's bringing in the race thing. None of us are talking about that. We're talking about how vile it is that you would go after a woman who, again, we all know has or just had cancer and has gone through treatment and stuff. And again, I don't even care about that. I'm just saying she's up there on a somber day. And it's a somber occasion, so she's not smiling. So what? She's not attractive enough for you? You're really going to talk about somebody else's looks? All right, no self-awareness. Again, another page out of Meghan's playbook. What else did she say? It's really awful. Oh, she calls it disgusting. Again, not her own actions. She calls the rest, everybody else judging her actions disgusting. She says, what you did. That's this literally verbatim what she says in this video. What you did. So she takes no accountability. It's what you did, meaning what the rest of us did. Our response to her vileness is what is the shocking part. Again, it's Meghan all over again. Breathe, Jen, breathe. She can do no wrong. It's everybody else's fault. Everybody else's fault. We all woke up and decided to tweet about Catherine's looks, not her. What are you talking about? None of the rest of us did that. You're evil. Then she literally goes on to say, it's you guys. She reminds us again and says, quote, I'm a brown woman. She then tries to blame misinformation out of Kensington Palace. She doesn't elaborate, but I'd like to know what she's talking about there. And then let's see what else. Oh, she wraps it up by saying over and over, I see your narrative. I see your narrative. No. We see your narrative. We know what you're doing. And it's disgusting. Again, as I said before, I think it's completely awful to use all of these divisive things to try to distract from your evil and your cruelness. Again, it's horrible what she tweeted. It is. It's awful. But you're allowed to tweet what you want to tweet. I'm all about freedom of speech. Even though Harry and Meghan want to take it away, I think it's disgusting. I think she's evil. I'm about freedom of speech. But just as she has the right to tweet those idiotic things that she tweeted, we have the right to respond to the idiotic things she tweeted. But just like Harry and Meghan, she can't handle it. She doesn't want anybody else to have a voice. She just wants her voice to be heard. And if you try to call her out, she throws out the ist words. Again, she closes it by saying, this was just a tweet about aging, trying to make herself a victim. Like, I can't believe I'm getting all this hurt because of this tweet about aging. Oh, I'm a ticked off goose here. Well, this is a response to your tweet about aging. You brought this up. You did all this. People are responding to it. And we're allowed to. Again, Harry and Meghan do this crap where they don't want a response. They just want to be able to say what they want to do, and nobody else is allowed to have an opinion or a response. She brought up the race stuff. She brought up the sex stuff. She brought up Meghan Markle and then tried to make herself a victim in all this. And bigger picture, she went after Catherine. She started this, and now she's trying to be a victim about all of this stuff. But don't worry, it didn't stop there. It got worse. How did it get worse? Let me show you this. Let me give you a little shout out here. Helen at Hells for Heroes. She wrote, this is Narinder Kaur in 3 tweets. 1. Disparage the looks of a famous woman undergoing cancer treatment. I think we could even take famous out of that and just say a woman undergoing cancer treatment or a person undergoing cancer treatment. Anyway, you get the idea. Apologizes, claiming to not know the Princess of Wales was undergoing treatment. What are we talking about? Retweets someone claiming that the Princess of Wales doesn't have cancer. Yep, that's a thing that happened. This Helen woman found where she had retweeted that. I mean, every time you think they can't get worse, it's the same with Harry and Meghan. You're here. There you go, Little Miss Victim. This is the sick, vile shit that she was allegedly tweeting out. This Helen lady collected some of them. You can take a look for yourself and decide what you think. But I know I've seen the top left one going around quite a bit in the sugar circles, whatever, the Meghan's mediocre mafia. They use things like that. It's really, really disgusting stuff. And it ties back to that Omid book. I'm telling you from the bottom of my whatever, I can feel this ties back. I mean, this absolutely ties back to Meghan. Because in Endgame, they accuse Catherine of stuff. You know what I'm talking about. They accuse Catherine and King Charles. How's that Dutch translator, whatever he was trying to blame? He accused them of being the royal, eastwards. So of course, here's this person spreading this around, trying to spread the hate. But yet she's the victim here, guys. She wants us to think she's the victim. It's a pattern is what it is of going after Catherine over and over and targeting her over and over. And then finally people call her out and she's trying to play victim. All right. And then there's this. She put out a tweet trying to hide behind a brother she lost. I don't talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it. This is the only time you'll hear me say it. You guys have asked if I'm an only child. I just say yes because it's too painful. I lost a brother. She's hiding behind that. I find that personally reprehensible and disgusting and vile. So fuck you. Let's keep going. Sorry. I don't want to talk about it. Okay. Then she retweeted this. It looks like, based on the screenshots we're seeing here, that's saying basically it's never been confirmed whether or not Catherine had cancer, and calling it out and questioning a medical diagnosis. What does Catherine owe any of us? Absolutely nothing. It's none of our business. I think Catherine is even more wonderful because she chose to share some of this stuff. In my opinion, it's to give people hope. That's not what these vile, awful, horrible, I gotta think of other words. I'm just so mad. Vile, awful, horrible people are doing. They're using it as a weapon. Catherine owes us nothing. Catherine is lovely. She chose to do that to help people. What are these people doing? They're not helping people. So yeah, there's that. I'm a little fired up on this one. Can you tell? I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm actually completely disgusted by it. But I just felt like it was so important. I just felt so moved by this that I just needed to get on and tell you guys where I'm coming from and my thoughts on all this. And I wanted you to know what we're dealing with. Yeah, it's sick. It really is. And again, I just can't help but compare it back to Harry and Meghan. Of course she's going to play every card she can, try to play victim over and over when she's the one that started all this. And again, I love the Sidley twins so much. I meant to pull it. I didn't pull it, but I saw a tweet from, I think it was from Stephanie, and basically said, show us proof of your claims and stuff. And I don't think I don't know. You know what I mean? Like she's claiming, it's the same thing Meghan did. Oh, so much abuse. And then you can't back it up, or you just kind of make these vague claims. It appears to me that seems to be what's going on as well. Guys, I'm going to leave this here. I shared a lot of stuff with you today. Whoopsies. I do that. It's fine. Don't want to talk about it. I truly love you flockers so much. I really do. Thank you for all your love and support. I'm dying to know your thoughts on all this. Tell me everything. Let me know. I'll follow up this story and see what's going on and continue to be outraged about it. I want to look into a connection to Meghan because I feel like there's going to be one. I don't think it'd be hard to find. I need to look into that. But for now, I need to go drink some tea and calm down. I need to calm down. Anyway, thank you for everything. I love you guys so much. You know how to support me. Just being here and commenting, giving that thumbs up supports. Of course, I have the everything's fine. I guess I need to put that on merch. So check that out. And Patreon, patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. That's where you get the bonus episodes. I have hundreds of videos over there. Bonus episodes, extra deep dives, behind the scenes stuff, whatever I can throw at you, I do. So check that out. Thank you guys for being so lovely to me. I will let you know when our next live is because those keep me going. And obviously I'm frustrated, so I need to do another one. Thank you guys. Love you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.